My dear O level 2 students, in this video I'm going to, as a sample, to solve question number 4 from paper 4 May June examinations 2010. Look at the diagram. You are given uh, three triangles T, V, and U, and these are the questions asked that you need to solve. Part A, it says, on the grid, draw the translation of triangle by T by the vector -7 and 3. Now, it is triangle T, and it is the translation vector. So, -7 and 3 is the translation. Now, -7 means each vertex is transferred 7 units left. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So -7 here. Next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, -7. Then each one 3 units upwards. So 1, 2, 3, it comes here. Then 1, 2, 3, it will come here. Then I erase these two. Then I do the same thing for the third vertex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 3 units of 1, 2, and 3. It will come here. Then I can use my edge to construct the image. It will be, I hope you properly see. It is the image that you're supposed to do in part I. Next one, it says the rotation of triangle T about 0 and 0. So it means that the center of rotation is 0 and 0 through a 90-degree clockwise. So now I would like you to completely pay attention to the steps I take. So the image of triangle T must be constructed. So I first construct each vertex to the center of rotation, which is the origin. I construct it. Then you need to make an angle of 90 degree. You can use protractor to do so. So as it says clockwise, this direction is clockwise. So 90 degree will come here. So on this line, it is the line on which you are supposed to construct the image. Then you know that rotation is isometric. The size won't change. It is, as you see, it is 2.5 centimeters almost. Then I find I separate 2.5 centimeters. Be careful that always image lies on these vertices on the corners, so it will be somewhere here. For example, I label it P, Q, and R, so it will be P prime as the image, for example. Now I repeat the same step for Q. Then so it should again make an angle of 90, that line and center of rotation. So 90 will come here. Then I forgot to measure. It is 4.8. So on this line, separate 4.8. So which will be here. Then the next one, I construct a 90-degree angle here on this line. I would like, at the same time, you repeat the same steps to see. So let me measure the distance. It is about 5.3. So on this line, we know that image will lie on this line. 5.3 will be here. So P prime, and it was Q prime, and it is R prime. Then reconstruct the image. Now let me erase this. Okay. So after rotation of 90-degree clockwise, it will be your image as in second part. So then in the part B, describe fully the transformation that maps, as you see here, describe fully the single transformation. You be careful in O level. In none of the past paper questions you will see combined geometrical transformations. However, there are combined geometrical transformations. It is beyond your syllabus, so you don't need to study them. The single transformation which maps triangle T onto triangle U. Now triangle T onto triangle U. As you see, they are exactly of the same size. The size is the same. Here is 2, base is 2, height is 3, and the same hypotenuse. So it could be, what are the transformations which keep, which are isometric, keeps the size. So one of them is translation. So definitely is not translation, because translation is a sliding. Actually, it is not a sliding because the orientation has changed. But here you see that the orientation, in the translation, orientation won't change, but here orientation has changed, so it is not translation. So the other type which remains is reflection. But what type of reflection you see here? Now if you see, we have three types of reflection. One in x-axis, so it is not in x-axis. Once in y-axis, I mean in vertical line, again it's not. But in diagonals, do you see? If you construct this line y is equal to x, do you see? Then it will be reflected on this line. If you draw perpendicular, draw here perpendicular, so image will be the same. Here the same. It is reflected on this line. So part B, I will be reflection. It has two marks, so 2 points must be mentioned. So it is reflection in line y is equal to it is y is equal to negative x. Y is equal to x is in this line, angle bisector of first and third quadrant, and angle bisector of second and fourth quadrant is the line y is equal to negative x. So it is reflected in this line. Next one is triangle T onto triangle V. It is a stretch that you didn't study, so I skip in this question because it is not. It was in the syllabus of O level previously, but in 2020 syllabus it is not in the syllabus, so I skip this part. Now let's go to the Next part, it says find the 2 by 2 matrix which represents transformation that maps T onto U. Now, as you see here, it is triangle T, it is triangle U. Always remember that matrix of transformation is always a 2 by 2 matrix which is pre-multiplied by their vertices. Now, so let A, B, C, D be the transformation matrix. Now I would like you exactly to take the same steps to find the matrix. Now, so A, B, C, D, do you see this matrix consists of 4 elements which are unknown, and you are supposed to find these elements to make the unknown matrix. Now, it is pre-multiplied by their vertices. Now, look at, for example, this first one. I choose 2 vertices. I choose this one, for example, look at the diagram, 3 and 1. So it is multiplied by 3 and 1. Then it becomes the image, because after multiplication of matrix, pre-multiplication of matrix and the point, it will give you the image. So it is original and it is image. So image of this vertex is this point, which is -1 and -3. Now I do the same thing, I repeat it for another point. I choose the other one, for example, again A, B, C, D is to be pre-multiplied. It is multiplied by 6 and 1 is going to be, now look at the diagram, 6 and 1 is mapped onto this point, becomes -1, -6. Now the question is how to find A, B, C, D here. You have learned how to multiply matrices by each other, so we multiply them. We know that it's 2 by 2 and it is 2 by 1, so because the number of columns and the number of rows are the same, so you are allowed to multiply. So the output will be, the product matrix will be 2 by 1, like here. So first row multiplied by the first column, it will be 3a plus 1b, and it will be 3c plus 1d is to be -1, -3. Then, so you will obtain these equations. 3a plus b is to be -1, 3c plus d is equal to -3. Now, I do the same thing here. First row, first column, 6a plus b, and next, second row, first column, it will be 6c plus d is to be -1, -6. So it will result in these two equations. 6a plus b is equal to -1. 6c plus d is equal to -6. Now you have 2 pairs of equations, but here there are 4 unknowns, so I consider these two together because you know they consist of a and b, and these two together. So you have 2 pairs. Once 3a plus b is equal to -1, 6a plus b is equal to -1 as well, one pair, and the other pair is 3c plus d is equal to -3, 6c plus d is equal to -6. I hope you all know how to solve simultaneous equations. It is easy, so I don't take your time. So I directly write the answer. So after solving these equations, it will be A will be 0, B will be -1, C will be -1, and D will be 0. I put them in their own places, A, B, C, D. So it will be 0, -1, -1, and 0. Now, next part. Now listen, this method of finding the matrix of transformation works for every type of transformation if you learn it. Otherwise, you have to memorize. So memorizing, answers and matrices won't be safe enough, because in the exam you may confuse them if you make a mistake, to just confuse some of the elements. So your matrix will be completely wrong. So I recommend you learn the method on how to find the matrix. Next one wants you to find the transformation matrix which maps triangle T onto triangle V. Look at the diagram here, TV. Again, let ABCD be the matrix of transformation. So A, B, C, D multiplied by. So I choose two vertices. For example, I choose 6 and 1. So the image is 6 and 3. Then again, A, B, C, D is multiplied by. I choose the other one, for example, 6 and 3. Do you see here? 6 and 3 is here. 6 and 3 is mapped onto 6 and 9. So the image will be 6 and 9. Then you multiply them, you will get these equations. 6a plus b is equal to 6. Then 6c plus d is equal to 3. Then it is for the first multiplication matrix. Then the second one will be 6a plus 3b is equal to 6. 6c plus 3d is equal to 9. So after the multiplication and simplifying and considering these two together and these two together, you will find A, B, C, and D. A will be 1, B will be 0, C will be 0, D will be 3. Then I put them in the matrix. It will be 1, 0, 0, and 3. Then it says next part wants you to find, let's look at the question. It says triangle V onto T. Do you see here? Part 2i is triangle T onto V. 3i is triangle V to T. So definitely they are inverse of each other. So I don't need to use the same method. I just easily find the inverse of this matrix. So for example, I label this matrix A. Let it be 1, 0, 0, 3. First step is to find the determinant of A, or this notation, determinant of A. So what is determinant of A? Product of these two, which is 1 times 3, minus 0 times 0, so it will be 3. If the determinant of the matrix is a non-zero number, so the matrix is invertible. So it means that inverse exists. So you can continue. Otherwise, if it is 0, stop. You can say no inverse. It doesn't have inverse, or inverse doesn't exist. So how do you find inverse? So inverse will be 1 over determinant, which is 1 over 3. Then these two elements switch their places. So 3 comes here, 1 comes here. You see? And these two become opposite sign. If they are positive, they become negative. If they are negative, they become positive. They are 0, 0. So when you multiply by the negative, it will remain 0. So it will be, if you multiply this constant number is multiplied by all the elements. So 1 over 3 times 3 will be 1, the rest 0, and 1 over 3. So the answer will be 1, 0, 0, 1 over 3. I hope you all understood the points mentioned in this video. Thanks for watching this video.